we're going to move on to a segment here about which I know very little.
It's okay. I got your back.
But that's because Gerald, he likes wearing other men's names on his back.
I've never done that.
And apparently he actually has been pinned with Tom Brady's high school ring. It's time for Gerald Knows Sports.
Woo!
Wide open, he scores!
Let me just set this up before I,
Okay.
what is it, before I hut to you? What is that called?
Oh my
Handoff to you?
Maybe a handoff or a pass. A hut?
A hut?
How dare you?
Good hut?
You're offending so many people.
I don't know, but either way, someone's wearing a cancer ribbon. So,
what a way
before
to
we
be.
go to Tom Brady, I don't know if you've probably been hearing in the news that Colin Kaepernick, he released a training video because he wants to, he's vying for an audition for a chance at slavery.
Oh my
He's in the freak show audition phase of American Idol for slavery.
Right.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
He actually tweeted out, I've been prepping for the last 4 years. I've been throwing to a bunch of friends, and I'm ready to have some real receivers. Where are you guys at?
Yeah.
To go and throw to. One that's dogging your friends that apparently you've been throwing to, which maybe that's appropriate. But two, you've been out of the league for 4 years and you sucked the last 2.5 that you were in the league and you're getting better?
Yeah,
You were a grand disappointment.
Yes.
Just as a player.
You got beat out by Blaine Gabbert.
It's an injustice when you work for the NFL because you're a slave, and it's an injustice when you're not rehired by the NFL because they're not allowing you to be a slave. Do you see why that guy was crappy for the locker room?
Yeah.
Well, there's also a difference between being fired and retiring.
Yes, well, that's true. Exactly. Taking your toys and going home.
He's just George Costanza showing up back at the office like, I still work here, right?
Right. Yeah.
No, Colin, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole thing when I left for 2.5 years? Come on, guys.
You called me a racist. Someone threw a brick through my wife's window. Come on.
Come on, water under the bridge.
I mean, admit, I was basically a slave.
Come on. I made those commercials, remember? I got the Nike contract for kneeling.
After I got my perm.
My parents are white. Stop showing photos of them.
Yeah, stop showing photos. I go to the same hairdresser as Rachel Dolezal and Sean King. But, of course, we're going to give you the top 5 reasons why Tom Brady needs to be canceled.
Oh.
Because Tom Brady, you were saying this was announced this week. He's
coming back, right? So I think he was retired for, just a couple of months. And so on Sunday, he sent out this post and said he's coming back after, he's going to be playing his 23rd season. I don't think this guy's a real human being at this point. Yeah. But a great quarterback, right? So
I don't know how he has the energy after he's married to that supermodel.
Well, that's
weird.
He's
61 years old now? He's like
not
the oldest
quite.
player ever.
Apparently he doesn't have enough money.
Okay.
Well, he's probably just sitting around going, I'm Tom Brady. Why am I at home making Egos?
Yeah, he's just looking at his supermodel wife like, ugh, gross. Yeah. If I have to look at her one more time.
It's like, I'm so tired of hitting that.
So just, He's like, can you come and make love to me? Oh, she's exhausting.
Gosh, what is this, 2-a-days?
All right, I'm going to toss on some Wrangler jeans and go back to work.
We have I think there's a clip of him returning.
Unretiring.
Tom Brady will be back there at quarterback retirement that lasted all of 40 days. He's going to return to the Bucs for a 23rd NFL season. He'll start at quarterback at the age of 45 for Tampa Bay after leading the NFL in passing yards, touchdowns, completions, and attempts last season.
The greatest of all time has come back after a 40-day hiatus.
That guy's like 90s
fit. A 40-day trip with life as a retired human. Tom Brady has decided, get me the back into some sort of goal-oriented business.
I had a wonderful weekend, and my goodness, who do we have here? Skip Bayless.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. is back. Your worst nightmare is back. You're going to have a long season next year.
This is what passes for media and sports.
It's the worst.
Best show ever.
Let's party. There ain't nothing to celebrate.
I love how they always just fit a woman in there and give her some time. That she's probably about as prepared as Jon Stewart is to discuss climate change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look, Tom Brady did take to Twitter to announce his unretiring, and so I'll read some of his.
Okay, go ahead.
His words. These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands because you were going to go to the games. That time will come. But
and if he was going to go to the game, it would be the stands,
the box,
as opposed to the most privileged executive box that's ever existed. We're supposed to believe he's in the nosebleed section next to the QAnon shaman.
True. Right. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. unfinished business, and then he says something that I can't say out. LFG. It's let's F go. You can fill in the F, and I think he's excited, right?
Is it fudge?
No, David, is not the fudge. Now, look, it would seem like everybody's going to be excited.
We said
that,
moratorium on Stelter talk.
Yes, we did. It seemed that everybody's going to be excited that Tom Brady is going to return, but really the question is, should they?
Oh, that's
be
odd.
excited?
Did people get mad about that?
Well,
Weird.
there's a number of reasons
in our current culture.
that people could look, and I know people think that Brady is the GOAT, right, the greatest of all time. But really,
here's the stupid thing about that
truth.
acronym. You just said the acronym and then said what the acronym meant. There's no point to the acronym anymore. So this brings us to, I guess, first off, I don't know why he unretired, but the top 5 reasons, I guess, to cancel Tom Brady, right?
Yes.
That's the only way you're going to stop this man.
I do hope it's comically his worst season ever.
Yes.
Well, look,
just not that I don't like him. It's just out of humor.
Yeah, no, of course.
The NFL has been telling us and making it very clear the kind of player that they are looking for, this balanced individual. And I don't know that Tom Brady fits this. And so point number 1 is just that he is a white cis male.
Yeah, I don't know why they even allow him back. Right. I mean, he couldn't even make it past the first round in a Jon Stewart writer's room.
No, that's true. Cheerleading,
look
maybe.
Look at that guy, guys. It's gross.
Yeah.
He's just so white. Good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this. I can't believe it.
They constantly give him chances while they're blackballing once-in-a-generation talents like Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
Guys they give huge opportunities to that spit in their face.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know that we can use
doesn't mean you stop trying.
as a term anymore.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think that's insensitive according to the NFL. So
I can't believe cis is a word. We're talking about goat shouldn't be a word.
White
Yeah,
balling
exactly.
him.
Cis. Oh, you mean normal?
Yeah, you mean...
All right, well, look. There are other reasons, right? So our second reason on our list of 5 is that he embodies this pull yourself up by your bootstraps mentality that is just so outdated. Right.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can't expect people.
They use it now. They go, I know we're supposed to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Yes. Even though you say it with an eye roll, it doesn't mean that it's incorrect.
Well,
yes.
And we all remember, like Tom Brady.
Get a Tesla.
This overprivileged guy was drafted 199th in 2000 in the NFL draft out of the University of Michigan, which sucks. And he looked like this.
Let me see him.
Oh, gosh. I mean, look at him. And he ran a 5.25 40-yard
He
dash.
looks like he would be one of the like the nude images when you're a kid in biology class. Like it needs to be someone who's not so ugly they're off-putting, but certainly not attractive, so it's pornography.
I'll be honest, I looked better than him in high school.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's look at what a 5.25 40-yard dash actually looks like. I think Joe Biden outran him here.
I saw a fat kid yesterday run faster chasing the ice cream truck.
Oh, for sure. That was me.
And then I saw the pedophile driving the truck run faster away from the cops.
Yeah, that's true.
For context,
that was me.
At 270 pounds, I ran about a 5 flat, which is not fast, but it's
I was going to say, before the knee injury, I guarantee you I could. Before my multiple knee surgeries, guarantee you
everybody
I would
would
have run faster.
Well, listen, look, without one government subsidy like we're talking about, or any kind of a handout, he actually went on to win 7 Super Bowls. Again, just because he's this white privileged, pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of guy, right?
Well, and here's the thing, too, I will say about Tom. I don't know a lot about football, but I do know he's obviously the best quarterback of all time. Joe Montana. No, look, objectively, you would have to list him that way.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a perfect example. Sometimes the people who are best at something make the worst coaches, or they're not the most effective coaches, because some people are just born with an innate ability. It's what we actually, people use the term talent sometimes and they misuse the word talent.
Yeah.
There are some people who have something you can't teach. So Tom Brady, from what I understand, obviously not a great runner. Decent enough passer, but not the best in the league, from what I understand. Not a bad arm,
he's
not
very
the best
good,
arm.
But he's not the best.
He's good, but he's not the best at any one thing. And it's very comparable to the Canadian in me, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky is the greatest of all time, in hockey. And the thing is, Wayne Gretzky wasn't the best at any one thing. He wasn't the best shooter. You'd have to have someone like a Brett Hull or something like that at that point. Wasn't the best stick handler. That was Mario Lemieux.
Not a great goalie.
Not a great goalie.
No.
Not a great, not the best skater. You'd have like a Mike Modano there.
Yeah.
But there was something about Wayne Gretzky, and his quote was, "Don't go where the puck is, go where the puck's going to be." It's like, well, that's horrible coaching. People are like, oh, so I just need to look in my plasma ball? Wayne Gretzky, thanks for that advice. But it was like the puck was magnetized to his stick.
Yeah.
He was just able to be where he needed to be, and he wasn't able to impart that to someone else. It seems like with Tom Brady, I mean, his training is terrible, but he's very disciplined about his diet, about his sleep, about his training. And there's something that it's just, I don't know if you would call it sports IQ.
Well,
and I think that's why so many people dislike him, because it's like he shouldn't be as good as he is, but he's unbelievable.
But you're trying to explain a talent to another person.
Right.
Like, that's just something that you have, and that's the way that his brain works. If yours doesn't function like that, you can't learn that.
Well,
it's a God-given
and that's
skill.
another problem that we have with Tom Brady, because Tom Brady point number 3 is he's a winner.
Cancel son of a bitch.
Right? I can't believe.
What?
Look, the NFL doesn't value any of these things, okay? And so Tom Brady cannot be the best ever. Like we just mentioned, 7 Super Bowls, 3 MVPs. He has the records for most passing yards.
That's not fair in a league that's largely black.
Well, and he's firmly on the bottom of the victim hierarchy, and we know that means he's a really, really
yeah, that's not fair. You got to give those records, pass them around to some of the black guys.
Well, that's right.
Pass them around to some 340-pound O-linemen. They have a life expectancy of 42.
Yeah, why is he holding on to his records?
Yeah.
I mean, he should.
Look, there's no I in team, guys.
Yes.
Right.
Share.
Well,
and it also
maybe
would
there's-
explain his wonderful career.
there's an M and an E in team, though. So, I mean,
There's a what?
an M and an E.
I don't know how to spell it.
Team can be about me.
Well, I guess that is about me. Okay, but you know what? If you rearrange, if we're playing word jumble, the point is he's racist and he shouldn't be allowed back in.
Right, the record
Well, they
go to
don't allow
somebody-
Colin Kaepernick by the hair of their chinny chin chin. Which
who
is also
deserves
to rub
it.
salt on the wound because Kaepernick can't grow a beard.
Well, here's the other problem. Speaking
True.
of Kaepernick, actually, Tom Brady is actually a family man as well.
Well, son,
right?
this day just keeps getting worse.
He has
This is
has a
unreal.
healthy marriage to a supermodel wife. By the way, her name is just
Okay, this is not very Black Lives Matter Marxist.
Not one of those children is trans.
No, he has 3
Nope.
heteronormative kids, and so I just don't understand how the NFL could let him come back into the
Are
league.
we allowed? We're not allowed to call for the killing of someone, but I think you two
No.
make an exception for Tom Brady.
I would hope
Well,
so.
if they
Yeah.
didn't before, they might now after this. This is my final point, and this really drives
Is
it
an
home.
all-American family man?
Tom Brady
Good Lord.
voted
I
for
just threw up in
Donald
my mouth.
Trump,
Oh.
and he might have done it twice.
I thought you were going to say you had a white picket fence, in which case I would still also call for the assassination.
Yeah.
Sure.
Voting Trump twice.
Well, he actually has a long-time friendship with this Mr. Donald Trump, who's been kicked off appropriately from every platform on
Yes,
the planet.
appropriately from the Twitter.
Right, exactly. And he's even endorsed him in 2015 when Donald Trump was running for president.
Tom Brady endorsed Donald Trump,
Yeah,
and someone took him back.
they did, and we actually have a clip here of the friendship.
Tom Brady, great guy, great guy, great friend of mine, great champion, unbelievable winner. He called today and he said, Donald, I support you, you're my friend, and I voted for you.
Boom.
More like Tom Shady.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I said it.
Well,
Yeah.
he's definitely
I said it.
canceled now. But look, if that's not bad enough, he even had a MAGA hat in his locker.
What?
What? Did they find
Who
it?
does he think
it's
he
right
is?
There. Yeah, it's MAGA.
Who does he
I like to take a picture of that like it's a kilo of coke.
Who took that
TMZ,
picture?
right? Yeah.
Someone leaked it?
Oh, look at these steroids. It's a hat.
Well, look.
There's another wading through. Like, get those syringes out of here. I got to, what is that hat?
Yeah, what was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
in that locker room. Yeah, you're just stepping.
There's no way that this guy should be allowed. I mean, there's
over
one of the reasons he had to go down to Florida to finish his stellar career and take all of his Super Bowl potential with him is because he was in New England.
He
They
lives
don't like
somewhere
that stuff.
warm year round.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
and-
I just hate him.
Plays on a
What? I bet you he took his supermodel wife too, where she gets to wear a bikini all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's probably
You know, it's just enough.
Gross.
It's too much.
Yeah.
What do you get? Everything?
Yeah, it's too much, Tom Brady. And here's the thing. He's obviously, because in sports, it's somewhat of a meritocracy.
Right.
So, he gets to come
he's
back.
white.
But guess what? If there was a writer as good as Tom Brady who existed, right, the best writer in the face of the earth, he still wouldn't make it into the Jon Stewart's
No.
writer's room. And that is at least, even though I don't know sports that well, that's at least one of the saving graces of sports, particularly combat sports. All right, Gerald, you know sports.
Wide open. He scores! Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.